YouTube, what's going on, man? Gniady back here with another video, and today I'll be showing you guys how to run the best man coverage inside of Madden 23, in general, Ultimate Team, outside of Ultimate Team, etc. So with that being said, the corners you guys have are going to make a big difference on how well your man works, just like it has been every year. Okay, whether you got high man players, high speed, high press, stuff like that, that's going to be a big deciding factor of how well your overall plays. But I'm going to show you the different plays and adjustments to make as your running man, that'll help you have the best chance no matter who you have on the field. And that should be a good line for everyone to start at. So just so you guys know, that's the main premise of this video, and let's go ahead and hop into it. So the play I like to do is actually in this. You got to get my players set, and it's in nickel 3-3, and I like to go to LB Blitz 0, and then we can call really any play on the other side. Normally it works the best against maybe like something like this. So this is what it looks like. I usually go ahead and press triangle, and then I press, which is down on the left stick. And then I also like to shade outside, especially when it's a close look like this. There's not much room in the middle of the field, right? So the likelihood of the guys crossing along the middle is not that high, right? So if they're more spread out closer to the sidelines, you might want to shade inside, because there's not as high likelihood that they're going to be running to the sideline if they're closer to the sideline. So those are things you might want to keep in mind as you're running man, or just tendencies of the player. What do they like to throw to? What type of routes are they running, right? Etc. Stuff like that. Right here, I like to also user the safety, or whoever is guarding the running back. That is who I usually like to user, and then I spread out my line as you guys might have saw, which is left on the D-pad, and then up on the D-pad as well. That spreads out your line right there. And if your linebackers aren't already right behind your right end and left end, then you can go ahead and motion them over like this. That's something I like to do every now and then. But then just cover right here, right? You're watching this guy. If he's not out on a route, then the great thing about that is you still have 6 people blitzing with 5 blocking. If the running back blocks, then you have 6 people blitzing with 6 people blocking. And like I said, if the running back does not go out, then you can watch anyone over the middle of the field, or over who you think he might throw it to. That's who you can watch. This play, we're gonna go ahead and watch this through right here, see how well it works. I see right here, that's the crossing route. That was a bad user by me, right? But you just kind of look for those guys that are open, that the man isn't playing as well. So that's one thing to look at, and that's how I like to play, right? So come shade down, shade inside or outside, it doesn't matter. I don't like to shade over top. You can shade over top if you really feel like you're gonna get burnt every single time, but the press on your corners won't be as good. So just keep that in mind. And then if you're really close to the goal line, within the 5 yards or less, that's when I like to shade underneath to put your guys in front, because there's not much space to throw over your guys. If you're playing a good player and he knows they're going to be shading underneath, he might run verticals or a streak and burn you pretty easily. But for the most part, people aren't that smart when it comes to stuff like that online. So it's not too big of a risk to shade underneath. More times than not, it's going to help you out in the long run. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop into another man play. So right now, my favorite blitz that I've been running is actually in nickel normal. It's actually called nickel over in this playbook, but nickel normal over storm brave. That's been my favorite one to run inside of Madden currently. Go against strip side end right here, shade inside, shade down, same thing. And then I like to pinch left on the D-pad, down on the D-pad, and then up on the on the side of the D-pad, and then a right side of the D-pad, and then down. That pinches your linebackers, and then boom, your blitz is going to be way better. So in a scenario like this, I might actually shade outside, because if someone's in trip side end, Gronk more times than not is going to be on some sort of out route that goes over here, and if you're shaded on the inside, there's less likelihood that he's going to be able to play that. Your corner, safety, whoever's manned up on Gronk or whatever tight end they might have right there, it's less likely that they're actually going to play that ball, right? So now we got this set up. We're shaded on the outside, which is a little more risky, I would say, because there's a lot more space for these guys to cut to the inside. So if the Jamal Charles is not on the route right here, I'm going to want to sprint to the left side and hope Honey Badger can guard Gronk. But yeah, let's go ahead and watch this play through. So as you can see, Jamal Charles is right there. And you know, the CPU is not very smart, but he go ahead and does it, so it can be done really quickly, right? So boom, come down like this, and boom, I have all my adjustments set really quickly. So as you get the hang of this and start doing this more and more, you'll have a better understanding of how to do it. It's super simple. Left on the D-pad down, right on the B-pad down. That takes literally 1 second. Triangle down on the left stick, triangle inside or right on the left stick. I mean, sorry, right on the right stick or left on the right stick, depending on whether to go inside or outside. And as you get that really mastered, it starts to become a lot easier. And it's just like kind of like second knowledge. I don't know what that word is, you know. But it becomes extremely easy once you start to do this more and more. Come inside a practice mode like this, right? As long as you're holding R2 or doing an adjustment, they won't snap the ball. So it gives you a lot of time to kind of sit there and figure out how you might want to adjust your offense or defense, depending on which one you need to work on. You get all your players now that they have practice mode inside of Ultimate Team. So it makes your overall experience and getting better at Madden actually that much easier, right? So going into the practice mode also allows me to walk you guys through this a lot easier and stuff like that. So let's actually go ahead and go into a man blitz as well. Actually, not a man blitz. We're actually gonna go over cover 2. So now back to 3-3 and nickel. You got cover 2 man right here. So now you have clouds up on the top. So basically when you run a play just like that, your main watch is gonna want to be you aren't gonna have anyone blitzing right here, so that's something to keep in mind. For the most part, I would also shade down, not shade down, I would press and shade outside at this look right here. Derek Johnson comes down. I might even pinch my D line, put Derek Johnson on the outside right there, have a little bit of a cross blitz that helps you out a lot. Then I would use Justin Reed right here, who has Jamal Charles. If you really want to and you need extra people covering, someone might, you know, maybe use Derek Johnson and then come down onto the D line right here and then sprint back out. That way, you know, you got one more engaged blitzer. But I don't like to play like that. You can play like that if you want to, but I like to use Justin Reed. This play right here, I want to shade outside. Yet again, trips tight end Gronk on that out route is very devastating. So just keeping that in mind when you're going through a play like this. And let's go ahead and watch this play develop. As you can see, fakes it. He's on a PA post shot. The blitz gets in. He breaks away. But that play was bad, right? If we want to go back in time, if you want to, we actually probably can look at the instant replay right here. But taking a look at how well these guys kind of defend the blitz, or sorry, the run right here. So Marquez Valdes-Scantling gets open, but there's safety help right here, and he's already running away from he has to split from away from there, so that safety is going to be a little bit different. And then also your user, since Jamal Charles was blocking, you probably would have been sprinting back with that route that got open anyways. But besides that, you have two people on this one guy. You probably would be using Marquez right there, and then Juju is absolutely clamped right there by Jalen Watson. So overall, this play works really well in my opinion. I don't like to run it that much because I like to have good pressure. You know, the less time the person has to throw and make a decision, the better in my opinion. So that's why I like the blitz a lot more. Especially if I ever want to run man. I might run man like 50-50. It depends on who I'm playing or how the person I'm playing against is playing. Obviously, like all of my videos, I talk about, you know, the situation changes everything. So yeah, just keep that in mind, and that is how I would say you guys should be running man in Madden 23 this year. If you guys did enjoy that video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
I was the best one. You thinking way back, you should have kept them. You always question all of my methods. I try to hold you down. I just want you around. I swear that you don't check your phone. I be pulling in the coupe on my own.